Hey, what's up, everybody? Somebody give me a 5 for 5 and we'll get going. I know I haven't been here in a minute, and I'll get into that here in just a few minutes, but I do want to give you guys a kind of a rundown of what's been going on with space weather here. We are definitely having some activity and lots of things going on, and I haven't been here for, well, too long. So, yeah, lots to talk about. So, hey guys, we got to look at this comet right here. Okay, we're going to be going over this. This is on Soho, and what you're seeing there is another comet. You know, I've shown you guys sundivers multiple times before, but it does take a little bit more significance right now because of what's going on with Atlas 31. So we'll be getting into that too. Are we 5 for 5? Somebody give me a 5 for 5, please. Back at you, lower class. Back at you guys. Hey. I'll talk about that here in a minute. Okay, so, but yeah, so you guys got this right here. It's coming in. This isn't even on the same side of the sun as Comet Atlas is. Atlas is over here somewhere, okay? This is from Earth's perspective, so yeah. But yeah, so we're going to take a look at that. We've been getting hit by the sun too with some geomagnetism from the sun. And it's coming from a coronal hole, and that coronal hole is right here. Check this out. That's a big hole, guys. It just is. You know, there's not a whole lot of ways to say that, but yeah, that's a big hole. So, and I'm not trying to get nasty or nothing. It's just a big hole. Hey guys. Okay, Aliyah, thank you for being here, sister. You too, IG. All my mods, hello. And everybody else. And again, I'll give you guys an explanation on what's been going on. And you guys have every right to be frustrated, okay? I get it. So I'm not mad at anybody for, you know, even if they, you know, bounce. Hey, Cheryl, thank you so much. Wow, you guys are just, wow. you guys have no idea how much you guys bless me. It's been part of my struggle. It really has. But anyway, let me get past this intro first real quick. But this is our magnetosphere. We're going to dive into some magnetosphere stuff. I seen something happen on our magnetosphere a couple days ago that should not happen. At least in my opinion. Something caused something to happen. Just, yeah, you guys will have to see it. I'm going to show it to you guys here in just a few minutes. But we did get hit with a geomagnetic storm today. Okay? This right here is the HP. That's an indice we use to measure geomagnetism. We'll go into that a little bit more too. Over here at spaceweather.com, he's actually hit and miss right now because he's trying, Dr. Tony Phillips is. He's finding one of his long lost weather balloons, I believe. A cosmic ray balloon. They send them up and they get into the lower atmospheres of space and get really high up, and they're able to get some really good data. But with those balloons, sometimes they've lost it. If I'm right, they lost one about 12 years ago that they're still looking for in like a mountain area. So yeah, it's interesting how that stuff works. You know, we're just so used to just clicking on something, right? And there it is. But yeah. Okay, now this is going to be a big part of what I'm talking about today, guys, because this is what's affecting. This is earthquakes. These earthquakes are off the chain. Okay, we should not be seeing all these at once. It's not like it's unexpected, you know, because we do expect them to happen, but this is, we're having a lot of earthquakes. Plus they're talking about the crack that opened up and all those other kinds of things. But yeah, that's, yeah. So anytime I show you guys, by the way, guys, if my audio is all jacked up or at any time, or if you guys are getting scratching or just crazy audio, let me know. I'm using right now I'm using a mic that's attached to my headphones because I'm not in my studio, or my corner, I call it. My wife's got college classes she's doing today, and I can't be in there. But yeah, so I always show you guys the buoys because this is very important to look at. You know, you guys can come over here all day long, click on an earthquake, and you'll see, well, I just had it let me go back down here. And what you'll see is that, you click on that, it says no tsunami warning. Cool. But do we see any buoys going into event mode? Right? And that's what I look at. Because if I see that, you can see the movement of a tidal wave. You'll see it start, all these buoys go into event mode. So, that's just what it is. Yeah, Lord, for sure. Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit more. Mr. MBB3 did a really good video on that, Isaiah's granny. He really did. You guys should go check it out. It was one of his last ones or one before that. He did a really, really good video talking about that. How this crack is opened up on the ocean floor, I believe. I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing, so I may be a little off on that. But anyway. All right, here's the KP. This is over at NOAA. And yes, very, very small geomagnetic storm. Didn't do a whole lot, okay? And it's not going to. But what I would point out here in just a second, we'll go back to that in just a second. But yeah, so I'm going to be showing you guys some weird stuff right here. But we'll get into that in just a second. So yeah, that's what we're going to be going over. I'm going to try to stay focused here. I am going to give away 10 memberships today. I got some memberships I can be giving you guys. I'm going to, if you guys could be active in the chat. You see those little badges right there? This is a little fun game you guys get. Whoever is chatting the most or whoever is super chatting or becoming members. Those little crown things, you guys probably know this. And, you get points for that. And it's just kind of fun to watch it. That's all. It's a little bit of fun. It's one of the pretty cool, in my opinion, things that they've done. They can make it good for everybody. So, and everybody tell Cheryl thanks for that membership there. And yes, you have. You've been a member a long time here. But yeah, so if you guys hear any kind of scratching audio and all that kind of thing, please just put it in the chat and I'll work on it. Okay, I might not get it fixed this stream, but I'll definitely work on it. I'm having to buy a new computer. As you guys know, I'm not sure if you guys know this. If you guys have Windows 10 on any of your computers, your older ones, as of October 14th, you'll have to sign up for extended security updates, or you get no updates after that at all. So you've got to upgrade to Windows 11, and some systems can't handle that. So that's just something I'm dealing with one of my computers, and yeah, so I'm having to deal with that too. Matter of fact, I think my family's going to buy me a desktop for Christmas, for this particular purpose. So my Christmas present will be for YouTube. So anyway, we're going to just kind of dive into this. And but before we do that, I just want to say thanks to everybody. And also, yeah, so we'll just kick it over here. I'm gonna do a little 10-second intro here. And here we go. Let me know if you guys like that intro. It's pretty short. I just like to, it's kind of like a little segue to get into the meter part of the video. Okay, so let me go through some of this space weather stuff real quick, and then we will, I'll let you guys know what happened and where I've been and all that and why. Actually, I'm just going to do that real quick right now, because I'm not going to talk about it long, because there's not a whole lot I can share with you. I've had some extended family issues, okay? Not with me, has nothing to do with me. I just had to step up and be that person, okay? So I had to go do that. There was, yeah, when you love people, that's what you do, So that's what I've been doing. I've been wanting to come here, and in the middle of the night, I've been struggling to get to my computer because, guys, I've been, with everything I got going on, I've been really, really tired. So that's part of it. But as of today, I am back full time right here. Okay. If anything happens, I'm coming on just like I always did. This is something that I am completely dedicated to right now, and it's just going to happen. I've already talked to my family about it, and they're behind me on it too. So this is taking priority over pretty much anything, barring an emergency. Because I had to step away for so long, I need to come back and give you guys the attention that you deserve. And I am sorry for that. Please let me earn that subscription back, okay? That's all I'm asking for, and that's it. I hope you guys can do that, and most of you guys will. And I hope that you guys can have a little bit of understanding and empathy for somebody that's been going through something like that. I've had a lot going on this whole year. There's been like 3 or 4 different things. So, but that's the explanation on why, and I may talk about it again at a later time, but I don't want to, you know, people are here to get the space weather and kind of reacclimate here. But I would hope you guys would share this stuff out, help me get back out there into the algorithm. I lost, you know, you're going to lose subscriptions, right? You're going to lose subs. Just the way it works when you're not here. But to be honest with you, I didn't lose that much. I thought I was going to click on here and it'd be a lot more gone. So you guys are just so awesome in that way. So this is what I want to say. So anyway, here we go. So got G1 geomagnetic storm. Now you guys can see this right here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay. This is NOAA's forecasting. We're talking about G1 storms off and on for the next 3 days. Okay, and we've had some small CMEs, we've had some CIRs, co-rotating interaction regions. What those are just areas in between 2 solar wind streams. Okay, you see these little spiral here? This would be where a CIR would kind of live. All right, so as this rotates around, we got hit with that. It can act just like a CME, okay? Because it's condensed, it's dense, all right? And sometimes they can be fast, but also the coronal hole is one of the biggest reasons we got into some of the geomagnetic storming. And guess what? Earthquakes. Guys, we've had coronal hole exposure for weeks now, okay? And you can go back and look for yourself. Don't even trust me on this. Go look. And what you're going to see when all the quakes started upticking, we had coronal holes at the exact same time. Okay? When everything started upticking, that's what happened. Now, listen, it's not just the sun causing it, right? I'm not the earthquake guy. I do know that earthquakes are influenced by our sun. It's just the way that it works. It's a part of the formula that causes quakes. That simple. Okay? But yeah. So we had, the heck did I do there? We had a big one down here. Okay, this was like a 7.6 or something at the Drake Passage. Now, obviously, there's not a whole lot of people down here, so it's not going to affect a whole lot of people, right? But we also had these, okay, up here. We had some in Russia. We had some over here in the Philippines, okay? And what you're going to see, they're all 6s. These are all 6s, and there were some 7s. There were decent-sized quakes, right? And unfortunately, I think they're going to continue. As long as we have this thing here facing us, that's what's going to happen, okay? So I'm going to hit play here, and we'll go ahead and do that. So give you guys, that's Earth. So you can see how big. Now this is a hole in the corona, the atmosphere. It exposes the surface of the sun. Why is it black right here? Because the surface of the sun is colder than the atmosphere. All right? Now, I'm not sure if you've seen that on the end. Watch as this thing, actually, I'm just going to pause it and grab it right here. Okay, actually right there. Okay, so watch right here. It's coming. Right there. Did you see that? That was on the 11th. That was today. So we had a CME today. And I haven't heard anybody report on that. So just keep that in mind. That is a CME. It is Earth directed, I believe. Oh, hi, Leah. Thank you. You're freaking cool. You are. You're so cool. You're such a good sister. You really are. You know, guys, I am humbled every time. But anyway, so when the corona opens up, here, let me do this first. I forgot I had that extension running. I need to make sure that I give you guys the proper. I'll do that for you here in a second, Cheryl. Okay, I forgot to click you there. Hey, Mist. But yeah, so when that opens up, it just all floods to us, right? Now we had what day was it? It was last week sometime, guys. We got to a G4 storm. Okay, and it was out of the blue. Nobody expected it. It hit, and it stayed with us for 3 days. And it was from a coronal hole. That's what it was from. Why did that happen like that? Well, first off, I'll take you here. Again, I'm not going to go back any further on the dates here. This is today. This is a 30-minute data point, so I like showing you guys this one. I can show you this one, but those are 3-hour plot points. Okay, but for what we're talking about today, nothing's really that big of a deal on the geomagnetic storm end of things. Okay, but that G4 was a big deal. Okay, again, one just out of the blue, right? Again, so yeah, lots of crazy things. Now, there's a lot of people reporting on Comet Atlas. I've been keeping up with it, all right? But there's people out there that are, I'm sorry about that noise, guys. They're covering it really well. I'm going to cover it here, okay? But please go watch them too. Watch everybody. And there's a lot of attention getting put on that, and rightfully so. This is weird. This is weird stuff, okay? So when I say weird, I mean, like, again, we can all go back to Javi Loeb if we wanted to. The professor at Harvard, he's got tenure, so he can go. He can say whatever he wants to say. He might get ridiculed by his community, but they can't do nothing to him really. He's not going to lose his job, is what I'm saying. So he's always been on the edge for quite some time now. But guys, we can't eliminate any option. We really have to keep an open mind when it comes to this. Now, I know at first it didn't look like it was going to amount to a whole lot, but it was the third interstellar object ever to come through our solar system. And if you guys don't know what interstellar means exactly, hey, Miss V, good to see you. Russell, good to see you, bud. If you guys don't know what interstellar is actually like the definition of that, what that means is, guys, is it's not orbiting our sun. It came out of interstellar space into our area, and that's what it did. So, yeah. Let me give Cheryl a little acknowledgement there. Thank you, Cheryl, again. And guys, start getting active in that chat, because I'm going to give away some memberships here in a minute, okay? The people that are talking the most got the best chance of getting it, okay? I'm going to give you guys a countdown. We'll do it in like 2 or 3 minutes here. But anyway, look at this comet. I always love these sun divers. These sun divers are freaking cool. So let me go over here. So again, this is not a huge deal, right? This is not a massive comet. I'm showing you this because I show them to you every time, number one, because it is reportable stuff. We should be showing everybody this. But we've also got everything else going on, right? So we have to keep that in mind. You know, I was seeing something like 13 or 14 comets, right? And again, I'm calling them comets, but at this point, I don't know. I mean, everything I've seen, I'm just undecided, just to be honest with you. Why is there no talk of the moon and the sun being... on the East Coast today. That's the first I heard of anything like that. I have no idea, Emperor. I really don't. I don't know what that even... If you're saying you've seen the moon over there, the other day, actually 2 days ago, I looked up, it was first thing in the morning, and the sun was almost completely up, and the moon's out sometimes. It's always there, but we're not always able to see it. It was like nighttime. The moon was that bright. It was full, though. So I think that's kind of what was causing it. But yeah, I haven't heard anything about that, Rex. So, yeah. Hey, Kansas, Heather, what's up? All right, now, we see these can instigate CMEs. I do lean towards more of a planetary alignment when it comes to what can influence the sun more, because I do think planetary alignment is a big deal. We have to always keep that in mind, okay? So yeah. Also, let me do this real quick. Okay, now, I want you guys to see this. What are we looking at here? All right, this is SDO. This is the SDO website. The government shutdown. It's affecting these things. Okay, they don't have money to update this. They don't have money to pay people to update this right now. But, okay, for somebody that's going to tell you that it's not there at all, the data is still there. I say this all the time. Where do you think this came from? Let me show you. This is HelioViewer. What's that say? SDO. This is what we get when we look here. Same data, same imaging. We can still go see it, guys. It's there. All right? Now, do I think the timing of all that's kind of weird? Absolutely. It is at the very least just, what? The day that comet was, getting close as it's going to get to Mars, that happened with the hard drives? Yeah, okay. And I'm not saying that ain't what happened. I'm just saying I don't know. And obviously I'm never going to know. None of us will. We just got to use our better judgment when we're talking about stuff like that. But I want you guys to keep this in mind. If they really didn't, if they were doing this for this one particular website on purpose, we wouldn't be able to see it here either, guys. Okay? So that's what I want to point out. It's still there. Now, again, the timing did look kind of funky. I'm not saying that I'm not here claiming anything really. I just, I think we should just look at everything and just kind of, we should do what we're supposed to do when we're trying to be good people of like scientific whatever. And I have no education in any of this stuff. So what I'm saying is we have to make sure that we're looking at things skeptically and grounded at the same time. Okay, that's the position all of us should be trying to get to. And if you're not there, please try to get there. Now, I know we all lean, because, guys, let's just face it, they don't tell us everything. It's just not ever going to happen. Are we ever going to know everything? No, we're not. Does it mean we shouldn't try to figure things out? No, it means that we should. Also, we need to keep revisiting things that we think that, like our physics, anything in physics. It keeps getting researched and reproven over and over and over and over again. Why? Because sometimes they miss things, and if there's new theories, it may change the way we understand things. We're supposed to question it. That's what we're supposed to do. Okay? So don't feel bad about any of that if you ever do that. Somebody says, oh, you're being ridiculous. Well, you're not being ridiculous if you're listening to both sides and then making an informed decision to what your opinion is. So just keep that in mind. And I always show you where we can go get these images. Okay. Also, with our government shutting down, guys, there is a European Space Agency too. They have every one of these models also. So you can go there and look at it. There's so many places, and you know, if you were able to build a model yourself, you could get the data and plug it into your own model. It's not unheard of. And so I had a question the other day too. Well, if the government shut down, why are some sites working and some aren't? Well, let me explain that to you real quick right here with this. This is SOHO. This is 1,000,000 miles closer to the sun. What's this say up here? George Mason University Space Weather Lab. This site is not ran by any government agency. It is ran by George Mason College and the students therein. That's why we get to go see these things and we can see it. So yeah. Oh, good comment. We should all be going inside protecting our peace, because it is what we're under attack. No fear, just vigilance here. Absolutely, Queen. That is a good comment. I am serious. That's an awesome comment. And again, I think we do ourselves a disservice if we don't look at everything, right? Okay, so if you guys want I'm gonna give away 5 memberships here, guys. Okay, so we're getting ready to do it. Here. So let's go with this. I have to click this up here real quick, guys. All right, so okay, I'm gonna do 5 at a time. I'm gonna do 5 now, and then when I get closer to the end of the stream, I'm gonna do 5 more. All right, are you guys ready? Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, there it is. It's coming to you. Anybody who gets them, I'm glad you. Hey, Tom got one. Washington got one. Don got one. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Who else got it? Daniel. Awesome, man. There we go. Hey, George, what's up? Hey, Sage Pup. Surgery, what's up, guys? Good to see you guys. Hey, Sal. Okay, so, and I will be doing at least one members only stream a week. I'm still trying to find a day that's going to work for everybody, the best, I would say. So look for that. That's happening. Like I said, guys, this is my priority right now. I am going to be here, and I might even be here twice a day. I'm thinking about doing an edited video in the morning and then doing a live stream sometime throughout the day. Now, it might end up being 2 live streams. I don't know yet. I'm still kind of working that out, see what's going to work. But yeah. Hey, TNAZ, what's up? All right, here we go. Okay, cool. Hi, Leah. Thank you for being here, girl. Really appreciate it. Hey, Cheryl. Virginia, what's up? How do you know if you get one, Travis? It'll show it to you. It'll tell you. It'll prompt you and say, hey, you just got gifted a membership. So if you didn't get it, sorry. But you'll get, I'm going to give 5 more away here in just a minute, okay? As we get closer to the end of the video here. All right, now I want to show you guys something extremely weird. Okay, now this right here is our magnetosphere. I'm going to need to bring this back to here. Okay, now you're going to see different dates on here. Hey, Miss V. Hey, Trish, what's up? Anything's possible, Agus. Seriously. Anyway. This right here was back in January, but this right here is today. This is more of a normal looking, how it normally looks. This is still a little bit active, than what I would call ambient. Here's density, right? And here's your pressure. See all the pressure around Earth? Notice how we got openings here in the pressure. So also notice though, it's not all the way to Earth's rings here. Okay. Now, what happens is we get hit and it compresses our magnetic field. And when it gets compressed, field lines will break. And then things get in. Also, the BZ, I talk about it all the time. I'm not going to go into in-depth conversation about that. But I do want to show you this right here. Okay, this is the space weather data. The BZ is up here at the top. We look for -6. If you don't really want to know exactly how that works, come here and just look for -6. If it's -6, that means we're juiced and primed. We're able to accept the magnetic fields that's coming at us from the sun. We'll draw it in, it'll hit, and there you have it. And we get into geomagnetic storming. And it will also turn it purple here, okay? You also got your density here in the orange and the speeds in yellow here. Now, we had that coronal hole stream the other day, guys, and we got up over 2 million miles per hour charged particles hitting us from that coronal hole stream. That's excessively high for a coronal hole stream. Okay? That is a very fast coronal hole stream. We don't see those very often. Typically when we see those types of speeds, they're coming from CMEs, coronal mass ejections. But anyway, you can see, guys, if you come over here and look at the BZ, you can see when you can almost go back and look at it and say, hey, that's when our geomagnetic storm started, and not even had looked at anything else. Because you'll see these things take a dive, -6. And usually the BT will go straight to the top. I'm not going to get into what that is right now. But yeah. So I just wanted to give you a little heads up on that part of that. BZ is so important. If we're -6, chances of us getting into geomagnetic storming, pretty high. Okay? But if we're not there, it does the opposite. If this red line was up here with this white one, it would deflect it. Okay? So, I say all of that for this reason. Let me X that out there. Okay, there's my YouTube. Alright, so, actually, I'm going to... Nobody's had any buffering, have you? I just want to know, hey Jeremy, good to see you. But yeah, so this was back in January. Now what I want you guys to see, and I'm keeping this up here for one reason right here. The sun's off to the left. This is our bow shock. This is our current magnetosphere, right? We got solar weather coming from the sun, obviously. Moves left to right as it hits our magnetic field. It creates this magnetosphere. Our magnetic field and its interaction with the sun's solar wind creates this magnetopause. Okay, our magnetosphere. So a typical, if the blues, dark blues and the reds are actually the same speed. Okay, you see the reds have a -600 and the blues have a positive. What that's telling you is the blues are actually moving from right to left. It's moving the opposite direction. Okay, so a lot of people ask, well, how does that happen? Well, our protection starts here. So things that are happening inside our protection can do that fairly easily. Now, if this thing takes off and goes out past our bow shock, that's a different story. Okay, that should very rarely happen. It really probably shouldn't happen at all, because that means that whatever is moving that direction is stronger than the wind coming from the sun. That's what that would mean. Okay, so anyway, let me so keep this image in your mind. All right, watch what happens here. This is our pressure, and what you're going to see you're not going to see anything hitting us. But then you're going to see a disruption here. It's going to push, it goes out in even directions. Okay? It's like you threw a rock in a pond. Right? So, watch. Just check this out. Okay, right here. Look at that. And look, it was strong enough to push our bow shock out a little bit. Okay? Look at that. And also I want to point out, watch the pressure swirl. I'll back it up here. Watch it swirl. Isn't that odd? If that doesn't make, oop, check it out. I stopped it right at that point there. All right. Now, that was back in January. This was 2 days ago. I've never seen this before. Now, here, you see how things are very symmetrical? Things that are happening up here at the top and the bottom, they look almost the same, right? Very symmetrical. You could cut this right down the middle and it would, it would lay on top of each other, right? So keep that in mind as I show you this. Look, it's not even hardly symmetrical at all right now. But watch down here. You guys see that? I'm going to zoom in a little bit because, well, it may not let me. It does this. I hate this part of this. It's not going to let me zoom in. But right there it is right there. Okay? So I'm going to pause it. What in the world is that? Okay, so here's the pressure. Look at our bow shock. Look at its funky shape. Not symmetrical at all. And you're still getting this whatever down here. See that? Now watch the pressure. This is where it hammered it home for me. Because there's nothing, no pressure there at all, right? Watch. You guys see that? It blew my mind. This here, it starts right here. You can see it. It's even circular. Look at that. See this? What the heck is all that happening? That's what I want to know. This happened back on the 8th. So, and also look up over here. Look what's dug down here. I mean, this is crazy. It's one of the weirdest looking magnetosphere signatures I've ever seen. So I just don't even know what to say. Okay, I'm moving backwards right there. So let me go. This is back in January. Now again, that came out of nowhere. All right. And now we got this. Notice how these things start to just get, look how that dug down right there. You can even see it on this other cut right here. It is so strange. It blew my, I know I'm kind of harping on this, but this blew my mind. Now I can back this up too. Look here. These reds and these dark blues are getting real close to each other. That means things are swirling because you got stuff moving one direction and then the other, much like a radar signature when you see a tornado. Okay, watch this. Look at that. It's just, I don't know what to say, guys. I would really love it if you could get this stuff right here to other people, other channels. Okay, I can email them. A lot of times they don't email you back because they're busy. I get it. But if you could get somebody, to look at that other than myself, and so I want an explanation. That's all I want. It's just so odd. Now, again, back on the 8th, You know, we had these big earthquakes. And that's the other thing too, guys. I have to keep in mind that I don't want to spread things that aren't 100% proven out. And the thing of it is, things are changing here, okay? Our magnetic field is changing. I'm sorry. It's getting weaker. It's getting whatever, right? It's doing what it's doing, and its progression into an excursion or it's eventually its full magnetic flip, okay? And during that process, our magnetic field will get weaker. What I'm wondering is this. Did our magnetic field, because, listen, it ain't really just a one bar magnet here on our planet, right? If you really look at the magnetic signatures, there's almost 4 poles. Okay? You got 2 norths and 2 souths. If you really dug into it, you would see it, right? It's in the data. You can see models that show it. But for what everybody else, and it's so, how can I say this? It's so minute change to see that. That's why we just see what we see now, because our main pole is so much stronger. Okay? And that's just kind of what I'm saying. Now, as our magnetic field changes, anything we get from the sun is going to change how it hits us. But what I'm postulating here, guys, this did not come from the sun. I'm sorry, it didn't. That's absolutely did not come from the sun. Whatever happened right there. Now, if this had happened back here back here, like this right here that I showed you, okay? See that? The Earth can sometimes act like a capacitor. What a capacitor is, it actually stores electricity, right? In this case, it would be magnetism. When it gets full, it can't hold anymore, it discharges. Sometimes they explode. You have capacitors on your transformers out at the street. You got capacitors on any kind of heavy machinery you have. They're a necessity, okay? Sometimes I think our planet acts as one of those, and when it gets so much stuff, it has to let it go. And that's what this right here, I kind of chalked up to that, right? Because it did. It started close to Earth, and it went out in all directions. This is different. Okay? I mean, it just, yeah. So if anybody can talk to anybody, get this to whoever they need to get it to, and email them. Tell them to have them email me. They can use all my stuff. I don't care. I want an answer. I just want to know what it is. It's been bothering me. Hey, J. Poss, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Okay, now I'm going to give away 5 more memberships here. Okay, guys? It's getting ready to happen. So get active in the chat if you guys want a better chance at it. Okay? So I'm going to pause that. Now, again, guys, buoys. You know, when we get tsunamis and stuff like that with the earthquakes, I always look at this. These have actually gotten better to where they actually do go off in event mode the correct way. We don't have as many as we used to out there. We used to have a bunch over here too. Some of them have just been taken out of there. But yeah. Okay, so again, this is our current magnetosphere. This one I ain't missing something here. We will talk about Comet Atlas, all right, tomorrow. Or I may even do another live stream later on tonight. Well, thank you, Mary. I appreciate you. Hey, Lisa. Yeah, I do, Lisa Marie. I do. But let me tell you this. I'll say it this way. I can teach somebody to a kindergarten level. If you guys want college level stuff, go over and check out Tam at the Scove. Awesome, awesome content. That's free college, guys. It really is. She explains things so we can understand them too. So what I do, Lisa, is I just get all this stuff, and I kind of, you know, when I was training people at my job, the best trainers are oftentimes the ones that are just now learning it, or had just learned it. They're able to pass on that information easier because they just went through it. That's kind of me. If you guys have a question on anything and I can't get you an answer with a source, I always show you a source where I got my info. If I can't find the answer, I will point you guys to somebody that has it. So I hope you guys understand that. I know a lot of you do. I get it. But yeah, and again, I mean, I understand. I tell you what, I've been laughed at a lot. So, you know, it just is what it is at some point. I'm doing the best I can, and I won't tell you guys something that is not like a fact. I'm not going to say, just pull it out of thin air. Now, if I'm giving an opinion, I will always tell you that. Always. 100% of the time, I'll always tell you that. And if I make a mistake, and I've done this a bunch. Hey, Danielle, what's going on? I come right back out here the very next video, or I've even came on in between videos to correct myself. When somebody corrects me, especially in a respectful way, I always come out and say, hey, I messed up. I'm sorry. Here it is. Here's what it really is. I hope you guys can respect that, and, you know, just give me a chance. That's all I'm asking, guys. You know, I know a lot of you guys do know this. Oh, by the way, if you want good earthquake stuff, get over to Ron, Emergency Management Associates. He's over with IG, killing it over there. Good alternative news site, best one on the internet. Marfugel, baby. Fugel fam, baby. Fugel fam. Marfugel.com. Marfugelnews.com is the website, but he has two YouTube channels, and they go live 5 nights a week. Good stuff. Good stuff. Him and Dex, and I'm a moderator over there. They're really good people and good friends of mine. So, anyway. All right, guys. So, let me do this. Make sure I ain't missing anything. So, if you guys want to see something from SDO, right now, come over here to HelioViewer, okay? All these links to these websites are in my description box. Or, you can go here. This is NOAA, Space Weather Prediction Center. And scroll all the way down. And look at all these links. Everything I showed you guys, pretty much everything, is here. All right? We can go to, well, satellites. I can click on that. See the dashboard it gives me? It gives us the pertinent information models for satellites. Okay? That's what this dashboard is. Check it out. Notice I showed you some of these already because they kind of go back and forth. Now, I can go back to, let's just go to Aurora. This is what we expect to see Aurora. See, they're forecasting auroras here too. Anybody up here in Washington, Montana, Idaho, North Dakota, Minnesota, even down in Oregon a little bit probably tonight, I would be going out and looking for aurora if you got clear sky. You might be able to catch some good stuff. Shush, shush, shush. All right. So, also, this is cool too. This shows you what we would expect during certain levels of geomagnetic storms. Okay? During a KP of 7, we would look like this. Now, what I'm going to tell you here is that this should be expanded. This has changed now. Our magnetic field isn't as strong as it used to be, and we're seeing things creep down further towards mid-latitudes, closer to the equator, than what we used to. So, in my opinion, this model needs updated just a little bit. But it's not off that much. But, you know, anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that. All right. Okie dokie. Now let me take you here. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to play that. Well, I tell you what I'll do. Let me, I'm going to pause this, okay? Also, guys, I'll be able to start showing you guys stuff from Stereo A. Stereo A is now in a position we actually get a partial backside look at the sun now. It's just on the other side than where it used to be. And I can explain that later on. I'm not going to do that today. But let's go back over here, and I want to show you guys the sun diver again. This is a real disc, okay? Something else that happened here, I think we had that CME, is a halo CME. And I'm going to show it to you here just real quick. See that right there? Well, it's not as prominent as I thought it was, but that's that CME, okay? It is on our plane, so anyway, here we go. Now, I'm gonna let this play here, and I'm gonna get ready to give away these other 5 memberships, okay? So, 18 months, Jeremy. That's right, baby. Thank you, my brother. Awesome stuff, man. Thank you, bud. Hey, you're gonna see a lot more of me. I'm actually pretty juiced up. I'm ready to do this. And I'm working on some other stuff too. I think you guys are really gonna like. So it's gonna look really cool. And we're working on some stuff here, okay? Again, I'm probably working on getting a new computer. And when I do that, oh my gosh, I can do so many more things. It's crazy. But we also need to pray for some of our people. Pray good thoughts, whatever you do. Miss Dragon, Jammer, Trinity, everybody else that's not feeling good. Lots of stuff going on with us guys. Yeah, exactly, Mary. That's right. Well, thank you, IG. There's been some people who got in there and was raking me over the coals a little bit, but you want to know something? That was my fault. Okay? So please don't get mad at those people if you see those comments. They were just frustrated. What is that coming into the sun from the right side of the screen? That's a comet. Okay? That's a sun diver. Well, I'm calling it a sun diver. It may not make it all the way to the sun. Sometimes they're a grazer, and they'll go floop and flip around. All right? Okay, so, hey, Sid Navy, what's happening? All right. We're going to give these away, okay, guys? Let me get these back up. All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Incoming. That's right, baby. Finally, the last third. Yes, I was so happy to hear that. Hey, Pam B, you got one. Kingdom people, what's up? You got one too. Stephanie, you got one too. Virginia got one. BC got one. Heck yeah. That's right, guys. We're going to have some fun. I got some games planned. Okay? I really do. I got some really cool things we can do in those members-only streams. The members-only streams, I'm never going to put something behind a paywall. Okay? So if I'm going to, any content that I'm doing here will never be hidden. All right? We go over there, we have fun. Yes, we might talk about some space weather, but we laugh at chiropractic videos. We laugh at court videos. We laugh at all kinds of things. It's just a blast when we have them. Now, again, I'm going to try to do one once a week. So that's the goal. There may be some weeks where I'm not able to get that done, but most likely I will. Again, especially this month, next few months. Yeah, this is going to be a schedule, just so you know. So about every night, sometime between 7 and 10 o'clock Eastern, most nights between those time frames, I'm going to be here. Okay. Also, if you want to know exactly, just click that bell. Okay. Please share all this out, guys. I got to get back into the algorithm. I actually, if you guys remember the last couple streams I did, which I know it's a distant memory. The last 2 streams I did, you guys remember we had that buffering problem? Hey, Miss V, thank you. Awesome sauce, baby. Well, thank you, Jeremy. You guys are just so cool. You really are. You guys are awesome. Hope you're doing good, Miss V. I really do. If anybody sees Christian, let him know, okay? Let him know I'm thinking about him. All right? Okay. So, yeah. So, I will be back. I may do one later on tonight. I'm not going to promise it for tonight, but I'll definitely be here tomorrow. It just depends on how everything's going on here at my house tonight. But, you know, it just is what it is. So, with that being said, guys, thank you guys for having the patience with me. Please, just know I'm going to be here every night now, and I really do want you guys to understand that, you know, I really would really appreciate it just to get it back into the algorithm and all that kind of thing. And I missed you guys. I really did. If you guys don't know, I'm a homebody. I'm a hermit. I don't get a whole lot of adult conversation. So this actually helps my mental faculties because you guys are just so great. You really are. Even the people that are negative, you know, if you're negative respectfully, that's all good. Hey, Kay. Well, thank you, Kay. Awesome. Thank you for that. Guys, you guys see how long she's been a member? 17 months. Who else was there? Had a good chunk of time there. Miss did. Ilea. I'm not sure. I think Ilea might have been my first member. I can't remember. But yeah. Anyway. Okay. Yeah. No problem. Please do, guys. And also do me a favor. Come back and leave a small comment. I mean, I can't stress that enough. I actually tested this out on videos where you guys come back and leave me a comment. The video gets more, like at least 500 more views. It's crazy. So, Seeking True, Stephen A, what's happening? Yes, smash that like button, baby. Heck yeah. Hey, I missed you too, man. All right, guys. I am going to cut it off here. We will see you guys on the next one. And, yeah. So here we go.